So, getting started. So, for me, it was small chunks that eventually got me fit enough to do the longer runs. I started by joining the gym and making good use of the dreaded treadmill. Running for as long as I could and then walking before running again. So this is known as interval training, and it's a very effective way of building up your running stamina. You may find that you can run for just a short period, for maybe just a minute or so, or you may be able to do a longer run, but it doesn't matter either way as long as you stick with your plan. So run, walk for a set period. I would suggest that you aim for 30 minutes at 4 times per week to begin with. It took me around about 3 to 4 weeks to build up to running to 5k without the need to walk. My pace was still slow. It's about 6 minutes 40 seconds per minute per kilometre. Now, bearing in mind, that's actually quite quick to build up to 5k, but I had done some running previously when I was younger, so I was just getting back into the sport again. And you don't need to do this on a treadmill. For me, using the treadmill was really about building confidence again in my running technique before I hit the open road. But you can start on either the treadmill or outside. It's really just about where you're comfortable. And we'll look at running techniques later on. For now, we'll just concentrate on starting to run, really. That's the toughest bit. It's getting yourself, it's that couch to 5k, I guess, getting yourself off the couch and into an environment where you can begin to train. For me, the gym was great. I joined Pure Gym. I think at the time it was about £15 per month, and I was doing it for a set period. So some of the tips that I wouldn't give you for this, it's only a few, because one, I'm not a professional athlete. Two, you're not looking to become professional athletes. You're probably just looking to do what I've done, which is get out and get running. So the first tip I'm going to give you is set yourself achievable targets. The first being just run and walk. Don't place a running target time right away. Test yourself first, and what I mean by that is get on the treadmill or get on the road and just run and see how long you run for. So if you run for a minute the first time, or 60 seconds, or 5 minutes, the next time build on that. So push it a little bit further. And believe it or not, an extra 5, 10, 20, 30 seconds each time you run is a win. Even if you only do that in 1 or 2 parts of your segments for your intervals. And it doesn't matter to begin with. Just run, then walk. Run, then walk. Second tip, invest in some running shoes, some new running shoes, and only use them to training. That's kind of important. Don't be using them to pop to the shops in or go to work in or whatever. Just keep those shoes for running. I think that's quite important. It's been important for me to have my separate running shoes, my separate running kit, if you like. And the good thing here is you don't need to spend hundreds of pounds on them. You can get a good, and I mean a really good mid-range pair of running shoes for less than 70 quid, particularly if you hunt around for earlier models of running shoes, particularly with Nike. And Nike and Adidas have outlet stores all around the country, and you can get great deals online, but you certainly don't need to spend hundreds of pounds, but do keep them separate. Third tip is set a schedule and do your absolute best to stick to it. Obviously life does get in the way sometimes, but if you decide you're going to run 3 times a week, 4 times a week, or just twice a week, stick to it. If you do this, running will become a habit very quickly, and believe it or not, your body will learn to crave it, which will really help motivate you on those tough days. And the tough days are going to be frequent, let's be honest. And the final tip for this particular short video, just getting started, is embrace the feeling of struggling and finding the process hard. This is how you know you're working hard and making gains. If you feel it's hard, that's good. If you feel it's easy, push a little harder. Even the fittest athletes finish a run feeling tired, and that's where you will also feel like you are winning. So that's a very, very brief introduction to getting started. We're going to cover, or I'm going to try and cover, as many different topics as I can, including running technique, different types of kit that you can use, particularly running shoes and things like this, tops and what have you. But in the comments, use the comments to ask any questions and give me feedback. This may be a rubbish video, it might not be any good to you whatsoever. Let me know. If you want me to talk about something very specific about getting started, let me know, and I promise you I'll do my best to get a short video together. Thanks for watching.